Hey, welcome in, folks. This is Babbage here. We're hanging out here, hiding out here, really, in the bunker. Waiting for the winds to die down a little bit. We're going to go and craft some more arrows. We need more fuel, though. Okay. Take our chances. It's kind of cold. We're going to wait. Can't carry a torch in this. Here we go looking for sticks.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Cold.
Too cold to think.
Yeah, I'm not certain who's going to be on tonight. At least all my American friends are probably busy watching the election and feeling panic.
Come on, little fire.
It's going to be a nail biter. It'll go down to the wire. So why spend your anxiety there? Come and spend it over here. I think that's the most frustrating thing about the U.S. election system is that you actually don't, you spend all this time watching it and worrying about it, and then they'll still be counting for at least another 24 or 48 hours if things are really close, which they seem to be. So.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. Lots of torches now. So I had the opportunity to present today. Went back to the class I took, intro to Python class I took this summer. The professor likes to invite back one of the groups to present on what they did for their project, and so we were asked to come back. I was the only person in my group that was able to go, so I got to speak about our Lost Temple of Pythagoras text adventure game that we wrote in Python. We basically wrote a game engine in Python in about 2.5 weeks, and a basic game as well, with scripting, with a lot of other stuff. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was pretty challenging. Definitely beyond what was expected. So hopefully people are not too scared and intimidated by what we did. It was like, they have a full term, we didn't, we just had a short summer compressed time period, and yet we somehow managed to finish it. Okay, how are we doing for sticks? 17.
I can't feel my hands.
Okay, there we go.
If I don't warm up soon.
So yeah, we presented, took questions, I listened in on one person's presentation, and then, yeah, they said it was okay for me to take off early, so I did. And, yeah. I went and finally got my haircut after 2 months of putting off haircuts. I finally went and got my haircut. Not that you can really see because I got my headset on, but trust me, much better. It's all shaggy at the back. It was pretty bad, and the shaggy part at the back, it was also the gray part. So like getting that all cleaned up and shaved off, making me feel like a new person again. All the lines nice and clean. Yeah, it's good. Good to get a nice trim. My barber is a lot less convenient to get to than before. Before I was on campus, and so it was just a rather short drive to where he's located, but he's located pretty far from where I live right now. So, not quite opposite side of the city, but definitely inconvenient to get to.
Come on, little fire.
Ooh.
Oh, lucky day.
Okay. Oh, actually, I don't want it in this one. What am I doing? I wanted it over here. That was a waste. Shaking my head.
Come on, little fire.
If you're lurking and new to this channel, I'm Babbage-nator. I am a Canadian streamer based out of, well, I was about to say out of Saskatchewan. That's where I used to live. I am based out of BC right now, Vancouver area. And I am a writer, former computer games programmer, and longtime D&D player and DM. So those are some things that make me tick. take a coal here. Okay, so we got 2 arrows here. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
And I like doing interloper challenges. So this is an interloper challenge, which we call Total Chaos Loper. Basically, when we started our run, we spun a wheel. And the wheel had a bunch of different locations on it, and that determined where our destination was going to be. So where our final destination is, where we have to get to. And we, we spun and we got Black Rock. Black Rock is a pain. It means that it is not going to be a short run. It's going to be a long run because you have to gear up to go to Black Rock. It's cold. It's full of wolves. It's got timber wolves, which I do terribly with. There's not a lot of safe places unless you get into the prison. Okay. Hour 22.
The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon. I need to find food.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a pain to get to Black Rock. And then we've had a lot of misfortune, or at least just plain bad luck. We started the run in Desolation Point, and every stop we've made since then, we have failed to find a bedroll. Which is very unusual because Mystery Lake pretty much is guaranteed to have a bedroll, and we did not find a bedroll in Mystery Lake, which is weird. So we have, for some reason, no bedroll. Okay, how are we doing now? We got 7 arrows again. It's a start. I think what we should do is we should go to the cave. Go to the cave on this side. And then we'll work our... Oh, wait a sec, we can't because we have no bedroll. What a limiter. We could go all the way... It's too dark, but we could go all the way to the other cave. That would have a bedroll. Okay. Next time we're doing that. We really want a hatchet too. But to get a hatchet, we need more metal, and we do not have enough metal. So there used to be more wolves up here, but I shot them all. And then they ran off with my arrows, so I have no idea where my arrows are. Lost 3 or 4 arrows that way.
Man, all I can think about is food.
Uh-oh. Just walked into the wall. AK. I'm also watching with morbid curiosity what's happening with the U.S. election. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Let's turn it to be a little closer.
Gotta warm up some. Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay. I'll throw out a little bio for people. Check out me. Always feels weird when you need to say that. Hey, check me out. But yeah. You know, at some point I should go and update. I actually do have I have babbaginator.com also as a domain, and I really should do more to set it up as kind of a destination site for people interested in what I'm doing as a streamer. Okay, I'll try to slip this off. Wow. Okay. Two 90. These are getting close.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
What do we have for sticks here? Do we have enough sticks? 5 sticks. Honestly, I don't think we want to do this. That sounds cold still. 4 arrows down, too cold. Hate wasting a match, but too cold. It still sounds terrible out there.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Somewhere out there are 4 wolves that died. Coal. Need more metal. Need more firewood. Oh, why did I do it that way? Okay, I think what we do is we head this way with the plan of
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Okay, yeah, so we go visit the cave over here, then we'll move past this point, and then we'll, after we warm up in the cave, we'll go up and make our way to the transition cave that goes to Bleak, and we will stick our head in there. That one has a bed in it as well, so it's at least someplace to sleep for the night. Then we'll work our way back. But yeah, the Bleak Cave I think should have some coal. Okay, what do we got here?
I could eat a horse.
Oh. Nothing. But we do need to make more teas, and we do need to make more water, so let's boil water and make teas.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Okay, let's try some birch bark tea here.
I could eat a horse.
Let's see where we're at now. I think I must have used up all my water. Yeah, I did.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Wow. That sounds terrible. Ugh. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. 37 days. Cooking, not quite. Not quite to 5 yet. Hey, this is crazy, but we're gonna go marching through the blizzard. Almost there.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I don't have high hopes of this cave, but we might get a couple pieces of coal and some firewood. Ooh.
I'd eat anything right about now.
Okay, so we got a bed here. I take a quick break. I'll be back here in a second. Give me a couple minutes, I think. Okay, back. What are we gonna do here? How much water do we have? We have enough water for the night. Let's cook some porridge.
Come on, little fire.
Hey, Games and Cookies, good to see you. And yeah, happy to read a poem. Hold on a second here. Let's find something to read. How is everything? It's pretty good. It was kind of a busy day, running around taking care of different things. Got invited to go back to. So I took a class this summer that was an intro to Python programming, and my group project for that was selected as the one to present to the following terms of this term's class as an example, which is kind of crazy because we went way overboard in what we did. So we, let's see, the art of forgetting. We could do that one, sure. So I went back, gave a presentation, talked a little bit about this text adventure game that we wrote in about 2.5 weeks, which is really fast paced for any game development. And we created the game engine and the game from scratch. So that was it was kind of impressive and also highly irregular. It's not what you probably would be doing normally for that class. We just had some overachievers on my team. Chief among them was probably me. So yeah. So I did that. After that, I went and got my haircut. Finally, yeah. Sometime I'll do a demo of that on stream. I've been working on a new version of the game with graphical interface, but I haven't really done a lot of work on it. Just there's a lot of sorting out how to make things work right, because we decided to migrate. Well, I decided to start using a different Python library to help us out, but it was actually a little bit of a learning curve to figure out how to do text, since the library is mainly meant for doing games that are mostly graphics, with the occasional label, as opposed to having sort of this ongoing scrolling text of stuff. So yeah, we're going to read something from my first book. Okay, this is from my first book, The Lost Country of Sight, published by Anhinga Press, 2008, winner of the 2007 Philip Levine Prize. Poem is entitled The Art of Forgetting. How to swim, how to ride a bike, even how to voice my own name in my mother's tongue, each sound a hard and pitted salt plum I marry to my teeth but cannot break open. Forgetting is in the blood, something gleaned from my grandmother, her hate strong enough to wipe clean the first 2 years of married life, the loss of her world, my mother's birth. When I wake this morning to the cloud-dimmed Taipei sky and dress in that early light that filters in somehow through 100 shades of smog, it is hard to believe it's been a year already in this home not quite home. Here at the gate of memory, I am not my grandmother, grown transparent with age, but rather some lost son come in stranger's clothes, the air ripe with incense and ash. I want to remember this year and the one yet to be. They say that the muscles have memory, that the body recalls an emotion rehearsed over time. An old horse always returns. Mile after mile, my body relearns Taiwan the hard way. I feel it when I move, in the way my calves have hardened, in the scar on my chest where my muscles split wide when a truck door opened in front of my bike, in the calluses on my knees where I have knelt every morning on the cement and tile floors and offered a prayer full of fire and forgetting for someone to come down to loosen my tongue, to unlock that rusted door and let what beats within go free. The little behind the poem. The Art of Forgetting is inspired by a number of things. One is I have the dubious honor of being one of the few people you will meet who have at multiple times in my life forgotten how to swim and how to ride a bike. And I also learned English first, and then when I was very young, when I was 3.5, we moved to Taiwan for 8 months, and I learned Mandarin and forgot all my English. And then we moved back to Canada, and I forgot all my Mandarin, and I switched back to English. And then when I was 19, I was a missionary, and I went to Taiwan for 2 years, where I relearned the language. And so I have this distinction of having learned English and Mandarin Chinese, both as first and second languages, and having lost them and regained them. So forgetting is kind of in the blood, right? But then I talk about the fact that my grandmother was kind of this interesting situation. So my mother's mother was from a place called Hainan. Hainan's a tropical resort island south of China. And it was a well-to-do area. My grandmother apparently came from a very wealthy family. And this was in the middle of the Communist Revolution. So the Nationalist Army was stationed on the island. And my grandfather was one of the officers, one of the chief officers on the island. And so the family had this idea, my grandmother's family had this idea that in order to prepare for worst case scenario, they would arrange a marriage between their daughter and this officer, my grandfather. My grandmother was not pleased with this arrangement, but things looked pretty dire, and if it meant that they could get off the island faster, then the family said this is what was going to happen. So apparently my grandmother so detested this idea that the first 2 years of the marriage she completely wiped from her memory, which included my mother's birth and included the forced, they're fleeing to Taiwan. And my grandfather was actually from Taiwan. So fleeing back to Taiwan as refugees when the communists invaded. And so, so that's all the drama behind that whole section of family life. So my grandmother really, really did not want to remember that time period. So much so that she ultimately, the Canadian government, when my mother has this weird problem where there are multiple birthdays that exist for her. There's what within the family we believe is the actual birthday. There is the birthday that was given to the Taiwanese government by the family when they were in the process of, by the relatives who were in the process of helping my grandmother and her family come to Taiwan, and they had altered the birth date, the birth year for my mother, to enable them to be eligible for more assistance. And so the official birth date that my mother has in Taiwan is actually not correct. The Canadian government didn't like the fact that there was no qualified and reliable witness of my mother's birth because of the situation with her mother, and that there was questions about the birth date from the Taiwanese government. So they assigned my mother a birth date, which is also incorrect. So they just have like different birth dates for my mother. Weird stuff. So there's So that kind of gets referenced in there. The title of the poem is a riff off of a book I was reading at the time called The Art of Memory by Francis A. Yates, which is a study of mnemonic systems through the ages, or systems of memory, and how people use literature, use art, use architecture in different ways to help them memorize things. And so I thought about The Art of Forgetting as sort of the counterpoint to that. And then towards the end of the poem, there's this reference to like an actual accident that happened to me where I was biking and trying to catch up with my work companion, my missionary companion ahead of me, and a truck opened its door directly in front of me, and so my bike and my upper chest hit the door frame exactly at the same moment, and so there's a massive impact, when the door swings in front of me, and I slam into it, and it hit so hard that like we didn't know it at the time initially, but like I was a bit shaken, and then my missionary companion came over and looked at me and said, "You've got blood on your chest now." And I pulled off my backpack, and you could see there was a little dot there, and we had to go in to the hospital, and apparently the force of impact had actually split the skin and the muscle, and so they had to stitch me up. Crazy stuff. But I think like when you're someone who is between cultures and languages, you have this sense, you always have this regret or this anxiety about what you feel like you should have learned or should have kept. And so there's a desperation sometimes to have like whatever was locked inside of you somehow come out. When I was relearning Mandarin, there was always this sense that I wanted there to be a day in which like some door would spring open and all the language of my youth would come flooding back to me, and I would be fluent again. And it never happened that way. Instead, it would be every time I said something, I would instantly sense that I'd said it incorrectly. And then I would have an insight into how I should have said it, and then I would say it correctly the second time. But it wasn't like this miraculous, instantaneous, recovery of language. It didn't happen that way. But it was like I was haunted by the memory of the language. So anyways, so that's behind the scenes on The Art of Forgetting. There you go, a little private tour. Thanks for asking for a poem. I feel like lately we've gotten a lot of poems out of Lost Country as site. We'll probably get some more from Babbage's Dream, and maybe some of the other ones that aren't in either book. Try to add more of those in. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. We came all this way to find this bed in this cave. Yeah, I think it's oftentimes people don't get a chance to ask or to hear sort of the story behind the poem or behind literature. And, I think that's one of the nice things that I can do on this channel is provide sort of that space, that opportunity for like people to ask questions or to kind of lift the veil a little bit and say like, this is what's happening behind the poem. Or if they're like interesting, like even with that poem, there are other things I didn't mention. Like there's I should probably throw this one in as well. Right at there's a reference here that's actually a Chinese idiom. There's a line here where it says, an old horse always returns. And that's a Chinese idiom about, the old horse knows the road. So like if you if you're ever stuck, just look to the experienced people, look to the older people. They always find the way back to where you're supposed to be. So I kind of reworked that into the poem. Okay. Family history is full of interesting, weird stories. Most people have no idea what their ancestors were up to. And yet there are some wild, crazy things that you can uncover when you start digging into your past. My father was a librarian, but he was also a family historian, a professional genealogist, and he would always find these weird stories about our ancestors, always these things that you wouldn't know. My mother's side of the family has probably one of the most extensive family history genealogies that I know of. We have family history, like genealogical lines that go all the way back, like records that go all the way back to 1134 BC. That wild? Our first ancestor, or technically probably more like a proto-ancestor. So this is before the family name originated. This is sort of the elder brother of the last ruler of Shang dynasty, which is the first recorded dynasty of China. So he was the elder brother. So in Shang dynasty China, inheritance, the throne passed along fraternal lines, along the sibling lines first, before it descended to the next generation. And so when the king passed away, his sons wanted the throne and conspired to assassinate my ancestor and his family. But they found out. And so they packed up all their things and fled in the middle of the night and moved down south. They left the kingdom, left everything behind. And so that family line, is what eventually became my family line, for my mother's side of the family. And I think it's a generation or two after that, there was someone who became a very influential, powerful person in one of the governments. And because of his role within the court, he was given his own surname, and that then established sort of the family line. So that's, but yeah, 1134 BC. That's wild. Okay, let's see here. Well, they say that's where you start. You find you go back 3 or 4 generations, and that's a starting point. And then these days there's lots of online sites that will help you, because if there are enough distant relatives who have done research and put them into Family Search or Family Tree, I'm trying to think, Ancestry, these type of websites, that people use to record their family history, you can tap into, somewhere, go enough far back, you're going to connect into someone else's family line. And so you'll actually be able to find a lot more information that way. And then a lot of these family search sites also index across all these other digitized records, and they can identify, like if you know the birth date and the birthplace and the full name, they can identify records that are most likely your ancestor, and then you can kind of piece together the story as to who they are, where they came from, what were they about. Yeah, my father was able to trace back his mother's line to I think the earliest ancestor is like in the 1300s, 13 or 1400s, which is really impressive given the fact that that family's not royal. It's like just commonplace, like farmers and peasants, the occasional businessmen, and so it's actually, those are the hardest people to track down. So adopted from Belgium. Yeah, so adoptions are tricky. There's a lot more detective work involved there, and sometimes you simply won't know anything for certain. You have to study a lot of records, looking for references to, compare, like when someone, like if you have any clues at all about the birth family, like what location, what region they're from, what town they're from, it helps. And then where were they left? Were they left at an orphanage? Were they left at a church? Those type of things can provide a little bit of clues. Might tell you, like, most likely that the birth family had some, mother may have had ties to a particular faith. Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, going back far enough, when the records, some places there are just no records.
Not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, we tried, but we found only a little bit of coal, and we definitely got no, Okay, we're gonna step inside, warm up our teas, and then we're gonna... Oh, I guess we could climb up. We could totally climb up. Climb up into the next section and see if there's any food. I forgot to do that. We'll do that first. Yeah, it looks like this U.S. election is going to come down to the wire. Like the caves? Caves are kind of cool.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, okay, good. It used to be they would force you to drop your torch from climbing this one, but now that no longer, that bug's gone away, so this is good.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
You think, Astrid? I think you might. You might have to bust into some of our emergency crackers. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna go out. We're gonna just climb back down. There's nothing waiting for us in Bleak, right? There's just nothing. Okay, so we got a little bit more coal, and we got some more sticks. Oh, it sounds miserable out there. We'd have to make some more torches, and we have to heat up our tea. Let's do that here. I would like the caves more if I had a bedroll, but I don't have a bedroll, so I can't really use the caves very well.
Come on, little fire. Come on. God, I'd eat anything right about now.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, Astrid. Okay. Put some more porridge down. I know. We've been cursed. We've been cursed without a bedroll for this entire run. We are currently sitting at day 37 and still no bedroll. That is having visited. We started off in Desolation Point. We went, we looted everywhere in Desolation Point. We went to Coastal Highway and Crumbling Highway in between. No luck in any of the Coastal Highway locations. We went to Mystery Lake. We went through the ravine and we went through Mystery Lake. Mystery Lake's supposed to have a guaranteed bedroll. We never found the bedroll. Didn't show up anywhere. I think it's glitched. I think I have a weird glitched run where there's no bedroll anywhere. And so then we went to Milton, right? No bedroll in Milton either. Nope, nowhere. And Forlorn, and then we went down into the into the basin. Obviously no bedroll there. Forlorn Muskeg, and we've had no luck with bedroll in Forlorn Muskeg. So yeah, it is kind of remarkable. It's just really kind of a crazy turn. My record so far for going without a bedroll in a run is 41 days, which I did in a misery run. Don't recommend that. Don't recommend adding a new challenge on top of misery. It's just like, and do misery without a bedroll. But we did, and we got 41 days before we died, and yeah, I don't know. This is weird stuff. Okay, I'm going to take a short, this will be a couple minute break here. Okay, back again. Yeah, my roommate just got back from movie night, so got to hear what the movie was like. Oh, the big windstorm out there. What are we doing? Yeah, so I guess we're on day 37. We might as well update our counter here. Okay.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, off we go. Once more. Ooh, windy. I mean, we could work our way back to that same cave, but this is just, yeah, I don't know. Lose the... I think we're going to lose the torch either way. Either we're going to have to spend a lot of fuel to keep a fire going, and so as not to waste the match, or we're going to have to lose the torch at some point here. Oh, you know what? Hold up. We're gonna stay here. I just realized why we should stay here. When the storm is over, we should go and check the radio tower and see if we can get some metal. We'll get some scrap metal. We can come back and we can forge that hatchet that we need. And then we won't have to carry the hammer. But we are starting to run low on food, which has me worried. Use the lantern this time.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, and because we're using lantern, we can do stuff like this. Forgot to give you a shout out.
Lite olja så glider det bra. Eller vad?
Där loggar hon och lämnar gilden.
Backa långsamt. Fan, jag glömde spisen på.
Det är min förra.
Okay. I think we stay over here. I think we are officially into eat crackers mode. Let's see if there's any updates on the US election here. Oof. Getting tighter. Definitely stressful times. Okay. We're still early. It's not even nighttime yet. Let's take care of these guys. Okay, we can check to see if the storm is gone and hope that we can get up to the clearing and back, up to the radio tower and back in a short, quick trip. Can't even speak English now. Yeah, just need to race through that.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I hate having to pull the flare out. Definitely an improvement, but too gusty. Can't really afford to keep losing arrows. If we have to, we'll take the shot, but... Ooh, here's our chance. Coming back at us. Yeah. Not cooperating. This wolf is not very effective at taking down deer. But he's coming for us again. He prefers us. What is up with that? And once again, runs off with our arrow.
Starting.
If you want to die up here, that's great.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up a bit.
Yeah. Don't want to bother them. I want to shoot them later, but not right away. Got some fuel. Nope.
This'll come
Nope.
in handy.
Nope. Oh, more cloth. Okay, that's good. Okay, try to find a home for this.
I could eat a horse. On, little fire.
Come on, Astrid. Light this fire. There we go.
Perfect.
Better warm up here. Yeah, just one piece of meat. Not a whole lot. Okay. So we did find another box of crackers, which we need to record. Let's do that. Crackers. We're at 6 boxes of crackers, but we have not been able to find a bedroll. I feel like something's terribly wrong. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to fight off the cold damage by drinking the birch bark tea. Should we try? Should we go for the ptarmigan? Or the bunnies? Put the fire over here so we don't lose it. How many times can
Come
I
on, little
fail
fire.
that? Sad.
Come on, little fire. Come on. Perfect.
Nope. Nope. Nope, don't move away on me.
It's getting dark out here.
Can't seem to get a good shot on those guys. Gone, I think. Oh, and we're losing the fire. Yeah, we shot the wolf that patrols the area, so he's going to be dead somewhere. Shouldn't have to worry about him. Oh, we should have warmed up the tea. It would have been nice to get 2 ptarmigan.
My fingers feel numb.
that the wolf? I think it's the wolf.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Hey, Kibbles. Hey, good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. We are on, I think, like now, day what now? Day 38, still no bedroll.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah, I'm hoping like the new regions kind of patch in a few of these empty spots. So someplace between DP and AC, yeah. I guess that's true. That's probably what will happen. Probably fill that gap in. Yeah. Uh-oh. This is the part that always makes me nervous because there's a wolf that sometimes haunts this area. Okay, mission accomplished. Yeah, I really do need to check out some of the mod work. We played all these hours in the game, I still haven't actually played around with mods.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Ooh. I think we're going to definitely exceed our previous best for no bedroll. This was not intended to be a no bedroll challenge, but it has become a no bedroll challenge. Probably should change it from total chaos to just no place delay when set. No bedroll. No bedroll, no cry. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Ooh. Okay, we have ourselves. We're just eating more crackers just because we need to keep ourselves fed. The shader is 25. The snowmobiles in motel. Now I really want to try out the some of these mods to see. So a lot of the mods are just utilizing models and work that was done but never released. So it's embedded in there, but it's not actually active. Interesting.
Come on, little fire.
We were surprisingly bad at starting fires. Yeah, it's been a while since I poked around in the mods. I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Maybe we'll look at doing a modded run sometime, just to try out some regions and some other things. I'm not really looking to change dramatically gameplay. I'm just more interested in like expanding my options. Okay, can I still make porridge? No. Huh, I wonder why they chose not to use it. Maybe they just decided that the story didn't go that direction, so they didn't need it. Or that it was too much... Is it too much indoor space and it doesn't... Well, I mean, we've had some pretty big indoor spaces too, so... I don't know. I'll have to take a look. I'm certain someone's probably got it on YouTube, a walkthrough of it. Kind of curious to see what it looks like. Maybe we do need a few more. Yeah, I mean, that's possible that they changed the storyline and suddenly didn't need the location.
I think I need to lay down.
Or they just ran out of time. Yeah. Quite legitimate reason to cut it. It is daytime. They are, and they're very deliberate about what they do. They're not going to half-heartedly do something. They're not going to throw something in without really checking all the way through. And I think they're probably even more paranoid now after the cougar problem, so... I finally saw someone's stream where they got attacked by a cougar. That was wild. It was like, yeah. I mean, it achieves the goal of being terrifying and frustrating, but maybe too successfully. And not, I think anytime you take away player agency, or even the illusion that you had a choice, I think that's... Well, you did have a choice. You could have left earlier.
Drop any of this gear.
This is sucky. Is this just going to be the new normal here? 39. Do we push on?
Trees.
They're waited out. Yeah, this is terrible. We came all the way over here in the hopes that we'd find some scrap metal, which we did not find. Okay, there we go. We can live with this.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Oh, I keep forgetting. We do have some more cloth to tear up, but got to do it. Do we need more mushrooms? Oh, I keep forgetting to put down saplings to cure too. Great job. Good job. Fail. It's 2 sleeps. We could have had our saplings curing and we forget to do it. Oh well. Hello, there's another wolf over here. These guys are really sensitive. I'm feeling really sensitive too. Come on, Mr. Wolf. What is up with them not dying? It's because I don't have archery high enough. Another unicorn wolf. I have to waste more time crafting more arrows because we keep losing. Maybe I just have to forge more arrowheads if I can't forge more. I can't forge a hatchet. Just can't find enough scraps to do that. That's like 4 or 5 wolves now that have run off with arrows. I've recovered 1 arrow out of all the wolves I've shot in Forlorn Muskeg. They just keep running away with my arrows. Never to be seen again.
I'm starving.
Yeah, that's not what we wanted. Well, the wolves are back. Great. Another wolf. There are 2 of them here. They're both coming. Yeah, just leave me alone. I've contributed enough arrows to your foundation. Sky co-op is fun.
Did I say I hate being cold? 'Cause I
Oh,
really
okay.
do.
Lake you, thank you for another sub. Thank you for resub. And for the bits. We are... Just go away already. There's really no point in me shooting them because I can't eat them yet. And I don't want to waste all my fuel cooking them, so... kind of at an impasse. I should probably just make a whole bunch of tea. And this means I still have no idea where my missing arrows are, because all the wolves would respawn, so... We do a... I don't know if we did a shout out already.
Oh, so cold.
Okay. Oh, what's up with this? Yeah, I just noticed that. What is up with the... Well, we might have to wrap up here soon. Unstable connection.
God.
Well, we're suddenly having network connection issues, so...
Come on, little fire. It's dusk, so I can't be far behind.
Wow, connection's really bad right now.
I'm gonna need to eat soon. not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna wrap up for the night then. Wondering, who are we connected to right now? Oh, well.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
This is not good. I'm not getting fed. I'm not killing enough deer. Ten arrows. That's better than nothing.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Uh-oh. We got disconnected altogether. Okay. So it seems like it's a Twitch problem. I'm still streaming to YouTube. YouTube is fine.
Can you eat trees? I could eat a horse. That's saying a lot, because I love horses. I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay, this is the save. Apparently Twitch has already ended, but YouTube's still going strong. So we'll just wrap up this place here. We are officially on day 39. So we are probably going to beat our record of 41 days with no bedroll. Okay, so thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, ordinarily we would go raid someone. Usually we would read a poem. I mean, we can still read a poem. We read a poem earlier tonight. Maybe we'll just call that good. Okay, so thanks for watching. We will be back again maybe Wednesday night, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. I've got some stuff to work on this week, which hopefully I'll be able to get done tomorrow and Thursday. So, but yeah, I should be streaming a little bit more often. At least we'll be halfway through the week. Okay, take care.